Alright, so it's a Thursday morning and I had some thoughts I wanted to share about training. And I've been spending a lot of time on YouTube. That's kind of one of my main sources of content. I used to do a lot of podcasts to learn about working out, getting different program ideas, science. I am still a big Kelly Starret fan. If you don't know Kelly Starret, check out Mobility WOD, about mobility and learning how to move better. But one of the things I remember talking to or listening to Mark Bell, I would always hear him say, lift heavy every other week, and I sort of didn't understand that until I got to where I'm at right now. It took a little while to really understand what he means by that, and I don't know if you're listening to this, how long you've been training. If you've been training for any period of time consistently and making progress, you know that it's hard to always make progress for numerous reasons. You either get injured, or you just get too beat up, or you get sidetracked by life. Discounting the third one, let's just assume we don't get sidetracked by life, which is going to happen no matter what. One of the things to remember and consider is that your body, when you're younger, right, you can tolerate a shitload of damage. You can beat the shit out of your body and you will get stronger, you'll be resilient. As you get older, there's more miles on your body, so you can't tolerate as much. One thing I do know about me, because I have a very good education and background in my own personal fitness and also in training other people, I kind of know what I'm weak in and where my problem areas are when it comes to my injuries, like with my back problem and some issues with my knee when I was running marathons. And these are very important considerations when you talk about trying to improve your training and to make yourself better and become stronger. And the one thing I'm beginning to realize with deadlifting multiple days a week, or building strength and trying to set PRs, is that the things that the hardest parts that have trouble recovering is really in my personal opinion, or my experience, is really my joints. When I say joints, it means ligaments and tendons that take a little longer to heal. And sometimes you get some itises, like tendonitis, bursitis, stuff like this of this nature, that make it so that you're in pain, or you can't push as hard. So it's kind of knowing your body and knowing how much you can push or how much you should push. And the goal really is to really just push up into that limit. And then once you get to that limit or get close to that limit, you stop or you pull back. One thing I learned in my training, I wanted to do a 5-day-week training program to work on skill. But the problem is I'm actually really strong now. I'm very strong, stronger than I've ever been. So the thing is that the things that hold my body together, joints and ligaments, don't recover nearly as much. The muscles seem to recover great. I was telling a coworker asked me, I deadlifted 415 for 5, and I'm like, and he said, "Can you do that, Ryan? Or how, is that light? Is that heavy?" And I said, I was arrogant. I said, I could pull that cold. I could pull it cold for 5. I don't even have to warm up, but it's probably not smart because I'll probably pull a muscle if I do 5. I can pull it cold for 1 and be safe, but for multiples there's some issues. So it's kind of knowing your body and knowing kind of what you can tolerate, but just understand that age is an important factor in recovery. And I kind of went off sidetrack, but the main thing I kind of wanted to really talk about in this video was understanding that there's an issue when it comes to recovery in joints. And some people talk about feeling run down and beat up. The interesting thing about that is that you can always push through that. You can always get better from that. You have no problems actually dealing with that. I think you just gotta deal with the drudgery. You feel like shit, but you'll fucking do it anyway. Because then what happens is you actually do get better. I personally find that you do get better from it. And if you really are performance driven, I think that's kind of the best. You may have to kind of take a notch back as far as how hard you push on that day, but you can definitely push through some of those days where you feel like shit. The problem is joint pain and dysfunction. When you have joint pain and dysfunction, that's actually where you can get in trouble, because that's when you can actually get hurt, and then you can't train, or you can't train as hard. And those are some things to really consider. And again, going back around to what I was really going to talk about, which was what Mark Bell said and some videos I've heard about lifting heavy every other week. It all depends on your training skill and strength. If you're extremely strong, or you're very strong that you've ever been in training, and you're actually really proficient, it is better to train less frequent. If you are going to train more frequent, you really have to dial it back, because these percentages of 90%, 100% of your 1 rep max, a true 85-90% of your 1 rep max is fucking heavy. I should say 85%, because around 90%, from my experience and my opinion, fucking 90%, there's going to be form breakdown. There's kind of no way around that. Occasionally you'll get a perfect rep, but because the weight is so heavy relative to your 1 rep, it's very heavy, there's chances to, a good chance to fail. Not a good chance, there's actually a small chance to fail. It's like 95% you have a chance to fail. If you're fresh, you have a less chance to fail. But I guess I just wanted to just share my thoughts. Don't know where this video was going to go, but I just thought that maybe I would come up with something. I feel like the video is good. If you watch this video to the entirety and you're still here, thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and if you have any suggestions of other topics I can talk about, please comment below.